During the Second World War, Christmas took on new and profound significance for people around the world. The holiday, traditionally a time for family gatherings, festive meals, and joyful celebrations, was deeply affected by the realities of war. For soldiers on the front lines, Christmas was a moment of solace and connection, while for civilians at home, it was a time of reflection and resilience amidst hardship. In the midst of global conflict, Christmas became a symbol of hope and continuity, a way to maintain morale and remind people of better times. The British government, for example, made a concerted effort to ensure that Christmas remained a bright spot in the year, despite the bombings, rationing, and uncertainty that defined the war. In 1940, the BBC began broadcasting Christmas messages to soldiers abroad and to civilians at home, spreading messages of unity and resilience. One of the most iconic images of Christmas during the Second World War is the sight of soldiers celebrating on the front lines. Despite the horrors of war, many soldiers took part in holiday festivities, finding ways to share a moment of peace and camaraderie. Whether through makeshift Christmas trees, exchanging small gifts, or singing carols, these small acts of celebration help to bring a sense of normalcy to an otherwise chaotic and grim reality. Even in the darkest of times, soldiers clung to the spirit of Christmas as a reminder of the values they were fighting to protect. For many families at home, Christmas during the war was marked by a mixture of celebration and sacrifice. The absence of loved ones who were serving overseas created an emotional void, but people made do with what they had. Rationing made it difficult to prepare the lavish meals traditionally associated with Christmas, but families found ways to make do, often sharing what little they had with neighbors and others in need. The Christmas dinner, though simpler, became a symbol of togetherness and resilience. The war also saw the rise of Christmas traditions that reflected the ongoing struggle for survival. For example, families began to make their own decorations from scraps of paper, fabric, and other materials, as store-bought ornaments were scarce. These handmade decorations became cherished symbols of creativity, resourcefulness, and the spirit of the holiday. The influence of the winter solstice on Christmas traditions is not only historical but also deeply symbolic. For ancient civilizations, the solstice represented a time of transformation, as the darkest days gave way to the gradual return of light. This theme of renewal and hope resonates strongly with the Christian narrative of Jesus' birth, which is celebrated as a moment of divine light entering a troubled world. One of the most enduring symbols of the solstice's influence on Christmas is the evergreen tree. Long before it became a centerpiece of holiday celebrations, the evergreen tree was revered by ancient cultures for its ability to remain lush and vibrant even in the depths of winter. For the Celts, evergreens symbolized resilience and eternal life, while for Norse peoples, they represented the promise of spring. The incorporation of Christmas trees into modern holiday customs reflects these ancient associations, blending the natural and spiritual into a single powerful symbol. Another tradition with roots in solstice celebrations is the use of holly, ivy, and mistletoe. In pre-Christian Europe, these plants were associated with fertility, protection, and the continuity of life through the harsh winter months. Mistletoe, in particular, was considered sacred by the Druids, who believed it had magical properties. Its modern use as a decoration and the tradition of kissing beneath it are echoes of these ancient beliefs, reimagined through the lens of holiday cheer. The practice of gift-giving during Christmas also has ties to solstice traditions. In Roman Saturnalia, the exchange of small gifts symbolized goodwill and the renewal of social bonds, a practice that would later be absorbed into Christmas celebrations. Today, the act of giving and receiving gifts remains a central part of the holiday, serving as a reminder of the importance of generosity and connection. The connection between Christmas and the solstice is also evident in the holiday's emphasis on light. From candles and fireplaces to dazzling light displays, the imagery of light overcoming darkness is a powerful reminder of the solstice's significance. In many cultures, light has long been a symbol of hope, warmth, and divine presence, themes that are woven throughout the Christmas story. The overlap between Christmas and solstice traditions demonstrates how deeply interconnected human celebrations are with the natural world. By aligning their observances with the rhythms of the earth, ancient cultures found ways to create meaning and continuity in their lives. These practices not only ensured survival, but also fostered a sense of wonder and gratitude that continues to shape how we experience the holiday season. The emotional weight of Christmas during the Second World War was felt deeply by both soldiers and civilians alike. For soldiers on the front lines, Christmas often represented a fleeting moment of peace amid the chaos of war. Some battalions, despite the fighting, were able to temporarily cease hostilities on Christmas Eve, as happened famously during the Christmas truce of World War I. Though this was not as widespread in World War II, the spirit of the season still encouraged many to find solidarity and shared humanity, even in the most dire of circumstances. Christmas in the trenches was often marked by small acts of kindness and charity, as soldiers shared food, cigars, and other scarce resources with one another. These gestures, although simple, helped to build bonds of camaraderie and ease the psychological toll of war. Some soldiers, particularly those stationed in places like North Africa or the Pacific, celebrated the holiday with makeshift decorations or attempts at recreating traditional holiday foods, turning their isolated posts into tiny outposts of holiday cheer. For many soldiers, Christmas also became a time to reflect on home, family, and the future. Letters from loved ones took on extra significance during this time, offering comfort and reminders of the world outside the battlefield. The exchange of gifts, while modest, became a way to feel connected to those they loved, with many soldiers sending small tokens home as symbols of hope and affection. On the home front, Christmas during the war became a time of resilience and strength. In addition to the efforts of local charities, the government's role in sustaining Christmas traditions was also significant. In Britain, for example, the government encouraged citizens to make the most of limited resources, promoting a make-do and mend mentality. This was reflected in the homemade decorations, handcrafted gifts, and improvised holiday meals that characterized many Christmas celebrations during the war years. Despite the absence of certain luxuries, the Christmas spirit was not diminished. For many, the holiday became a way to focus on what truly mattered: family, faith, and togetherness. The resilience shown in these holiday celebrations, along with the desire to maintain some semblance of normalcy, demonstrated the enduring power of tradition. The decorations, songs, and feasts, while simpler, served as powerful reminders of the values of love, generosity, and hope that define Christmas. The enduring legacy of Christmas during the Second World War lies in the way it helped people maintain a sense of hope, connection, and resilience in the face of unprecedented adversity. For both soldiers and civilians, Christmas became a symbol of endurance, of finding joy and unity despite the hardships of war. The values of family, community, and generosity became even more cherished during this time, as people reached out to one another for support, comfort, and strength. As the war ended and soldiers returned home, Christmas took on new meaning as a celebration of peace and recovery. The reunions, often held around festive tables adorned with food and drink, were a reminder of the sacrifices made and the resilience shown during those difficult years. For many, Christmas became a time of healing, a time to rebuild not only their lives but also the spirit of joy and togetherness that had been tested during the war. The Christmas spirit during the Second World War reinforced the power of tradition, and in many ways, it was these traditions that helped people persevere through the darkest times. Whether it was the simple joy of decorating a Christmas tree, the warmth of a shared meal, or the exchange of heartfelt gifts, these moments of connection helped to lift spirits and renew hope. Christmas, despite the ravages of war, remained a time for people to come together and reaffirm their faith in a brighter future. Today, as we look back at Christmas during the war years, we can see how those celebrations became a cornerstone of modern holiday traditions. The resilience and unity that characterized those Christmases continue to inspire us today. Whether through our family gatherings, the gifts we share, or the kindness we show to those in need, the spirit of Christmas remains as powerful as ever. If you're looking for ways to embrace the true spirit of Christmas, our ebook Rediscover the Christmas Spirit, the Magic, the Essence, and the Inner Child offers a wealth of inspiration. Filled with heartwarming stories, meaningful activities, and simple ways to reconnect with loved ones, this guide invites you to embrace the magic of Christmas in your own life. Whether you're reflecting on the past or creating new traditions, this ebook is your companion for a joyful, meaningful holiday season. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the effects of Christmas during the Second World War. If you enjoyed this exploration, don't forget to check out our other videos, where we uncover the fascinating stories and traditions that make Christmas so special. Be sure to subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content. And may your holidays be filled with love, peace, and the timeless spirit of Christmas.